Okay, so we're talking about names like Sir or Sir, Suhr. So that's very difficult for us in Germany.
Yeah, well, Sir is good enough. That's
Sir is good enough.
That Sir is good enough.
Okay, so here we are, the original John Suhr.
Yes.
Of Suhr guitars.
Yes.
Okay, and you are for NAMM 2018, and you have something pretty new here, right?
Yeah, it's something that you know, most of our guitars are American inspired, you know, classic. We call them California classic or that style. But most people don't know that my whole life I actually played a shorter scale guitar. I owned a lot of Les Paul Juniors during my life, and I owned gold tops. But I've always had little things that complain me, just like the S-Style guitars, you know. So I really addressed this. This is a guitar built for my own heart. I am heavily involved in the production of the first 100 pieces. So this will be our 20th anniversary. I'm leveling the fingerboards. I'm doing all the fretwork. So this goes cutting the nuts, and I'm also doing this with my shop manager, my production manager, Michael Ponce. And we're addressing everything that bugs us about this style guitar. So for instance, the tuning. It has a straighter string pull going to the gears, and less of an angle on the headstock. So this way the G string and the D string and those strings don't have such an angle over. Yeah, they don't.
No ping on it.
And they stay in tune, they don't drift. All the fret slots, the scale length is a 24.625, which is historically correct for a 59 burst. They're all CNC cut 1 by 1, so there's no gang saw slaughters, there's no errors in between the scale length. It's mathematically perfect. The bridge, I've designed the neck angle so that the neck angle on the body puts the bridge at just the right height up off the body. I don't like the bridge to be too high off the body. The control layout, I've reversed a little bit. This goes to the bridge pickup, and this goes to the neck pickup, and these are the two tones. So when you're doing pinky swells, it's right there for you. We've also got, for guys like me who have a belly now, we have a belly contour.
Yeah.
You know, and we can put it back down. The access to the upper registers, the horn is a little bit deeper, and you have a hand cutaway there. That gives you perfect access all the way to the high frets.
Okay, so how about the thickness? Is it smaller a little bit?
No, it's identical.
Same thickness?
It's the same thickness.
Original thickness?
Yeah. Some people think it's thinner, but it's not. It
looks thinner.
It's an illusion because you have a larger radius going around the side. And also our binding is thicker, which I think makes it look thinner.
Yeah.
But that's because the maple top goes the full thickness of the binding.
Yeah.
The carve on this is from a 59 burst. So it's an original deep dish carve, which you can really see on the gold top, really reflective. We've got a Thornbucker Plus in the bridge and a Thornbucker neck. The Thornbucker is the closest thing to I know that I've ever done to a PAF. It's got an Alnico 4 magnet in the bridge, an Alnico 5 in the bridge, and Alnico 5 in the neck. And the wiring on the controls is 50 style.
Yeah.
So right now we've got a gold top. I call this a T-burst. We've got a caramel burst, and that's a cherry burst.
Okay. So the Aura for NAMM 2018.
Yeah, Aura is actually my wife's name, and she's a Colombian. So if you're Latin, you're going to say Aura, but in America we say Aura, like the aura around you. It's just etched over there.
Yeah. So we have the story with the names again here.
Yeah. These are the 4 prototypes, and I built all these myself. The only difference you're going to find on these is that the logo is going to be shiny and raised.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a metal logo. But other than that, and the other thing is that nice thing is that with the woods used, they're all under 8.5 pounds. So this one is 7.5. These are 8.3, 8.3, 8.3.
It's good for the resonance. It's very good for that.
Good resonance, good lightweight. Right now I'm using Kaya on the neck, which is an African mahogany. And it's the same wood actually that were a lot on the 59 burst. Gibson used on a lot of the 59 burst. The bodies are Akume, which I find very resonant. It's very similar to mahogany. And you really can't tell any difference in between the color. It looks like mahogany, it just has a little more figure in it. Yeah. But the nice thing about it is the weight is always consistently light. So these are nice singing, light guitars. Yeah. But like I said, there's only going to be 100 for the first year.
100 pieces.
Yes.
Okay,
And-
so hurry up.
Yeah, I have to start building 2 a week, so.
So what I need to say in that video, I mean, the setup of your guitars is always perfect. You have a very good setup department. You know, the neck is straight, not with a bow, and the string action is perfect. The
Yeah, we
tuning is
try.
almost perfect. So
Yeah.
what do you do different? I mean, there's so many companies with many good guitars, but they don't know how to set up a guitar. But you take your time to set up the guitar, is it?
You know, I think it's that
That's the difference.
I'm a
It must be the difference.
I'm a frustrated guitar player. So all my life, I've tried to blame my gear for my lack of. I don't sound like Steve Lukather because, you know, my gear. Well, once I figured out to build my own gear, I realized it was me. It wasn't the guitar. But I'm still obsessed with a guitar needs to play as good as possible.
To butter.
Yeah. You need to love your guitar and you want to pick it up. Otherwise, you're not going to play it.
Yeah.
So it's just an obsession for me. I think you know, some people don't build, so it's. I mean, they don't play and build, so it's.
I had an experience in the store. So we had a new Suhr guitar, and the guy said, "Hey, Olli, play that guitar. It's a good guitar." And the tuning was perfect, and the neck action was perfect, the string action was perfect. And I was asking, "Hey, who did the setup?" And they tell, "It's quite new from the box." And I said, "No, you're kidding me. Who did the setup?" And they said, "No, nobody did the setup." And I was not believing.
Yeah.
That was my experience.
Well,
that's why I'm asking, you know?
Well, all my builders, most of my builders actually came from Fender with me.
Yeah.
And they were a lot of master builders.
But especially that guitar, these guitars are not very often perfectly set up.
Yeah. So
I mean, don't tell, but
well, you know, I've always been known for being obsessive about the way a guitar plays.
That's a difference.
You know, I've done thousands, probably tens of thousands of fret jobs myself when I worked in New York for Dire Straits and Clapton and all those guys. It's, you know, it's just, you can measure it. There's a reason for everything. So I'm obsessed with the very little relief. I like the necks to be straight.
Me too.
And I like.
We all do. Yeah.
I also like to. I like to teach my customers how to adjust their own necks. I think it's important that you know how to do that yourself. You know.
So the biggest misunderstanding is to give the neck that wide bow. Yeah.
No, that putting in a big
that doesn't
bow,
work.
No, it's terrible because you create buzzing at the upper registers.
Yeah, right.
You know, yeah, you want the neck to be almost straight. I don't know what it is in millimeters, but I put in about 5 thousandths of relief into the neck, so it's not much. And if it starts to buzz too much at the low, then you can give it just
lower
a little
it. Yeah,
more.
no problem.
Yeah, it depends how.
We know that.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to go for about a 1/16th of an inch at the last fret, the distance in between the fret and the string.
Yeah.
So we start there. And we have a QC department too. So after the builders build a guitar, it has to pass my 2 QC people. And they're good guitar players. So if they think anything's wrong or not set up perfect, it goes back to the builder and has to get re-inspected.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Very good. Okay. So John Suhr for NAMM 2018. Say hello to Germany.
Hello, Germany.